alaikum wa rahmatullah. Let's start with our experiment in Introduction to Digital System. Our experiment about investigation about the gates. So we are dealing with, here in our experiment, we are dealing with 4 gates like we see it here. This is the gate that we are talking about. So we are going to dealing with AND gate, NAND gate, OR gate and inverter gate. How to know the difference between these about the number, each one having number. So this one is starting from 74 LS family. So these families, okay, these families, they have specification like this in this paper. For example, it's dealing with an AND gate, okay? So an AND gate, like I'm saying to you, all the specification here. So for example, an AND gate, okay, in this IC, I have 4 AND gate. So if I need another AND gate to be connected in our experiment, I don't need to bring another IC, okay, and connect it. No, and here inside this one, I have 4 AND gate, okay, and for these families, which is a 74 serial, it will be having pin number 7, it's connecting to the ground, pin number 14 connecting to the VCC for each gate. So if you look here for the OR gate, which is 32, okay, again pin number 7 to the ground, pin number 14 to the VCC, and for all of these in one, if you look to it, pin number except this in one, pin number 7, it will be connecting to the ground, pin number 14 connecting to the VCC. And inside the experiment also you have the specification here is written to you, okay. So we are going, for example, to test first one, which is the AND gate. Okay, so I'm first making sure that the name of the AND gate, which I will take it, which is 08. So here the name, I will choose 08. This is the 08, okay. I will show you the name, if it is appear to you or not. Okay, so from where I'm going to start, pin number 1. Pin number 1, I'm going to start it from, this is the hole and this is pin number 1, and it's written to you here the specification from the hole, it will be pin number 1. So I'm going to deal with the first AND gate, which is this one, okay. So this one, pin number 1 and 2 to the input, okay. This is the input, I'm going to test it. So I'm going to connecting where to the switches, okay. And pin number 1, pin number 3 to the output. So this is the output that you are going to deal with it. This is the switches that you are going to deal with it. This here you are connecting to the ground and the VCC. So where I'm going to connect, making sure when you're connecting the IC here the gap it must be, okay. So I'm going to connect this IC inside the gap, okay. So just making sure. Okay, so I'm connecting. So now I'm going to start from pin number 1, which is here. If you opposite, that means it will not show you any result. That means the IC is connecting in the opposite and also you counting in the opposite. So making sure for this one. So I'm going to start connecting pin number 1. It will be to the switches, and you have 7 switches depending on the switch that you want. Okay, so let's start in arrange. So this is switch for A, or for input A, and the second switch for pin number 2 to the switch number 1, and this is which is B, okay. So this is for the input, okay. Let's for the output. For the output, I will take pin number 3, okay. So pin number 3, I will be connecting to the output. So now I'm finished from input and output, and I'm not forget to connect for the VCC and ground. So see, output I connecting to here to the LED number 1. So I'm just attention to the LED, which is pin number 1. to the pin number 1, okay, because what we have only one output. So I will just making sure for this one, and then I'm not forgetting pin number 7. It will be connecting to the ground, pin number 7 to the ground, okay, and pin number 14, it will be connecting to the VCC, which is positive 5, because this IC cannot handle more than positive 5, and also the LED cannot be handled more than. So just making sure that the wires is connecting. Okay, so now the circuit, now it will be connect for, let's check here, pin number 1 and 2 for the inputs, which is the A and the B, pin number 3 which about the output, and I connected, then I connecting to the ground, pin number 7, yes, and connecting VCC to the pin number 14. So I'm now finishing the connecting. Now let's check our IC, okay, so switching on. Okay, then the first testing, it's A and B, it will be 0 and 0. So A, I connecting A to switch number 0. So just to making to you switch 0. B, it will be connecting to the switch number 1. So this is the A and this is the B. Okay, so let's start. A 0 0, so it will be 0 0 automatic here, 0 0, because the switching here. So what's the result which is coming to you? Pin number 1, it will be off. The LED, it will be what? Off. Okay, then let's start. A 0, B, it will be 1. Again, the LED, again, it will be what? Off. Okay, then 1 0, so it will be 1 0, again it will have off. Okay, and 1 1, which is now it will be on, and this is the AND gate. It's only on in case of 1 and 1. So I'm writing on. And this is the testing of an AND gate. The same for the OR gate. The same will done for the OR gate. Okay, because of the same family, you don't need to reconnect it again. What you take, just pull it up and reconnect it again. Okay, so I will pull it up, just making this one off to your safety. Then just pull it up and put L or gate. Okay, and in the same position of the pins. Okay, so now I'm connecting. I can test again in OR gate. The same for an AND gate. Why? Because all of these in one, it have the same specification. Pin number 1, pin number 2, and pin number 3. It's for the output. Okay, and again the specification is here for you for an AND gate. You look to it because of it is because it's 74 family, so it have the same connection. Again for this one, which is in OR gate. So I'm not going to test this in one. I'm just testing what an inverter gate, because it's little difference. Okay, in an inverter gate you have just an inverter, you have one input, and the second pin is for the output. But the same specification, pin number 7 is ground, and pin number 14 is the VCC, because it's in the same family. Okay, so let's connecting this in one. Okay, so I'm going to test it here. I will pull the OR gates. Okay, I will put the inverter gate, which is the inverter gate, the name of it, which is, you have it as a 04. So I'm making sure that I will have 04. So this is 04. Okay, you can see the number here, 04. Okay, so let's connect it. طبعا 04, it will be not having two input, only I will have one input and one output. But pin number 14 and pin number 7, it will be left. So this in one, I will take it off. Okay, because it will be different. So here, so see again, I check here from the whole pin number 1. Okay, so pin number 1 I will connecting where to the input. Pin number 2 I will connecting to the LED for the output. Pin number 7 to the ground. Pin number 14 to the VCC. So let's start. So this is pin number 1, like the specification here, pin number 1 for the input. Okay, and pin number 2 is to the LED. Okay, so let's test. I have only one input, so switch on. Okay, I'm just dealing with one switch and one output. So if the switching, for example, if the input we have it 0, so I'm just making 0. Inverter, which is invert, okay, invert the output. So if it is 0, it will be what? On, okay. And if it is 1, okay, check 1, it will be what? Off. And this is the working of the inverter gear, which is the opposite. Okay, our request from you, I will show you the simulation, and we need from you to do the simulation part also. Okay, thank you for listening. If you have anything, just contact and we will show you more. Okay, thank you so much.